Hey guys, welcome to day 5 of Vlogmas. I actually just looked at the date and then I had to think about it before I said it. Another kind of random topic for today. I was originally thinking that I'd just wing it, but there is actually something that I'd like to talk about, and again, this wasn't on my list that I came up with at the start of the month. Most of the stuff that I came up with on that list I tried to keep musically themed, as that's what this channel is kind of about, but in the spirit of vlogs in general, it's supposed to be the way I kind of interpret vlogs to be an insight into someone's life and their personality, their likes, their dislikes, things like that. So I'm not bothered by the idea that this is going to be not 100% music themed, and especially because I have always had a problem, and I do consider it a problem, in that I have lots of interests. The reason why this is a problem is because I don't have time for all the interests that I have. The way that I can kind of explain it best probably is like I have like my interest in music is like there, and for a while before I got back into music, just like sound design, sound effects, things like that, and being able to like work on video games as I was, were all on the same level. That was like my top interest. Right now music is there for me, or back there for me, and so you'd have music and then kind of like there is everything else that I have an interest in. This can be kind of the simplest thing as reading. I absolutely adore reading, but I haven't read anything. I know I haven't read anything in full for years. I was trying to think of exactly how many, but I can't actually think how long it's been since I finished a book. But yeah, so I haven't had time to keep up with reading, and it's even more annoying because I keep buying books. But anyway, another interest that I've had on and off throughout my life, and one that every now and again I really feel the pull to try and pursue, is to do with electronics. So it used to be, as a child, we'd like get broken hi-fis and we'd take them apart and have a look at all the components. Never had a clue like how they worked, but had that interest. And when I went to university, I got to actually build a couple of very basic circuits and things like that, and that kind of side of it has had the interest for me to do anything from like building my own guitar. That's not hugely, it's got electronics in it, but it also has more of a crafting thing as well. So building a guitar or building effects pedals, things like that. Something I mentioned on this channel last year when I last had my kind of spark of interest in that area. Another big interest for me creatively is drawing, and I did at one point think about expanding that into painting. But drawing in particular, I like illustrations, and that's one of the reasons why I really like comic books. I like doing like cartoon style stuff, but I have a wide interest in the styles of illustrations and paintings and everything else. It's just art in general. There's stuff that I really like, and obviously there's stuff that I really don't like, but I keep coming back to this, and I would love to get really well practiced in drawing. To show, I've got things ready here to kind of show how I've tried to pursue this over time. We'll start off with just something to show one of the interests I have in terms of artists is Mark Ryden. His book Blood, which has probably, as far as I'm aware, his most famous painting on the cover of Rose. I absolutely love the style of the artwork that he does in here. I try not to open this book too wide because I don't want to break the spine. We have like fountain there. I don't know how well you can see that. And there we are. Rose is here. So I absolutely love the style that's in this book, but that's an example. And going off into something that I'm going to bring up in another vlog anyway, I already have plans for that, is tattoos. I've been reading Skin Deep for years, and I absolutely love tattoos. I have currently 8 of them. I've got others planned, and I have in the past wanted to kind of try getting into designing tattoos. I love the idea of actually being a tattooist. I think that would be really cool, but I don't find the time to draw very much in general. Learning to tattoo would take a lot more time, so sadly I think that's one I'm going to have to let go by the wayside. Both me and my brother are the same, that we have this thing for stationery, so I'm always buying pens and pencils, even though I have dozens if not hundreds of these lying around in places that I've forgotten that I've put them. I know I have pens and pencils around, but I keep wanting to buy more because I just love having them, and I see it as I may at some point use them to get back into drawing. I've got a notepad here that I was starting to do some stuff in years ago. This was so I got a design here again, I don't know if you can see it very well, that I was starting to do a while ago for my wife. I don't know if she'll still want that at all. I wouldn't say this is a very good example, but there's a kind of sketchy cartoon, almost Tim Burton-esque kind of characters that I used to draw a lot, that I'd really like to get into and actually create characters for. Then we got just like basic examples of exercises, and this was me giving a go at a design that I ended up getting tattooed on my leg, but much bigger. So there's that. When I said about expanding into painting, this is a kit that I got. It's a pretty cheap kit, but of acrylic paints that I haven't used, and I've had it for about 2 years so far. One day I really hope I can get to use this before the paint is completely useless. I even bought, because I quite like Mark Ryden's miniature paintings, I actually bought some small canvases thinking that I could do something similar if ever I could get decent enough at it, but I haven't had I haven't put in the time yet. So got a big boy box here, and that's, as you saw on it, it's a light box. I'm gonna say sorry now because my brother might watch this, but I drove my brother crazy because I found out that I could get hold of this light box from a shop, and I wanted it so bad that he drove me out to go get it. I picked it up. I love him dearly for doing that, and I've not once used it still, and that was probably 5 years ago. Oh, probably longer than 5 years ago. I dread to think how long this has been sitting, literally collecting dust. Sorry. This is easily going to be like the most heavily cut vlog I have so far. But anyway, the reason why I come to this subject of my interest in drawing is because I made a new purchase in this area that came through yesterday, and that is a Wacom. This is my Wacom graphics tablet. It is the Wacom CTL4100 small, as you can see, wired. I've had a couple of quick goes with it. I've got the pen here somewhere as well. Yeah, 4K pen. I've had a couple of quick goes with it, and I'm finding it really easy to use, which I was quite surprised, because I thought one of the biggest difficulties I'd have is obviously the writing down here, but looking up or wherever you have your screen. I thought that would be quite strange, but it's actually pretty easy to deal with that side of it. Sadly, however much I really want it to, the Wacom alone, or a graphics tablet in general, does not automatically give me the skill of a graphic designer. So there's that. But it's another one of these things that I really hope is going to cause me to draw more. But as you've seen from my collection that I now have strewn around me, there is every chance that it won't. I really hope that's not the case. It is just another thing of finding the time to do it. But we'll see. I really still love the idea of, even if not just for myself, to like kind of come up with some characters to draw, maybe do some silly little things with those. And I'd love to be able to offer to myself, if not friends and family, to be able to like go, wow, you've got an idea for a design, whether it be tattoo or what, well, I could sketch up at least something rough so that you can like take that to a real artist and they can clean it up. But we'll see. I'm hoping, because like I say, it's something I've always really enjoyed doing. It's just actually putting in the time to do it. So I don't think I brought it up, but there's another thing I'm looking at right now, which I have on my desk underneath my audio interface, which is Manga for Dummies. How to draw manga. So yeah, I don't know why, I just thought I'd bring that up and kind of show one of my other interests and how I fail miserably at pursuing it. So, but let me know if you have anything yourself that has been a long-term interest, but you haven't really found yourself being able to put any time into it, whether through just general procrastination or you just don't have the time because you have other things to do. Or if you also have any interesting links to like drawing exercises and things like that, I'd like to collect a few together and hopefully use that to kind of spur me on to at least jump into it every now and again. It'd be cool to even pick up like once a week to go, right, I'm going to spend some time doing this, but we'll see. I hope so. That's about it for that. Sorry if it seems a bit random to chuck this into the list of subjects for Vlogmas, but like I say, it's one of my interests and I thought let's talk about it, especially as I bought that new piece of kit. So thank you guys very much, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.